Namaskar. Today I want to speak about intuition and how meditation develops the intuition. Actually, not only one intuition, but many kinds of intuition. Based on the layers of the mind, there is a concept in yoga that the mind is just like, it's called Kadali Pushpavat, just like a banana flower. It has many layers. So based on that concept, the mind has different abilities. So on the lower levels of the mind, there is an ability. Just the most primitive, most instinctive one is the ability to desire or to be repulsed from something. Then next ability is intellectual ability, the ability to analyze, to process, to memorize, to take out from the memory. That is our intellectual mind. That's our memory and intellect. Very important ability, but still it is very limited. And then there is a higher ability. The intellect is analytical, and then there is something which is synthetic. You process the big amounts of information, and out of that ocean of information, you find something which is relevant, something which is very important, and which can guide you at this particular moment. So there are three high layers of the mind, and there are therefore three types of intuition. I call them number one, the intuition of creativity is the ability to create something new, to see something where nobody sees anything. The ability to notice, to see, and to develop something new. Everything, all the innovations based on that creative capacity of human mind. And that's already intuitive. It's not an intellectual thing. First it has to come as a spark in your mind. And then, once the spark is there, then you can process that spark with your intellect, and then you can make use of it. You can utilize it. So developed intellect is also very important. But without that spark, intellect has no food. Intellect has no, it can do the old, boring things. But to create something new, to create something original, intellect is just not enough. So there has to be intuition of creativity. The next type of intuition is the intuition of truth. To know only two questions, only two answers, yes or no. You have to see the situation and decide yes or no. And that sense, that feeling, true or false, true, untrue, that is the intuition of truth. Very important guiding factor of our life. If you are guided by that intuition, maybe that will be not the most easy life, but it will be adventurous life, and it will be very productive life. You will be able to follow the path that takes you higher and higher and higher and higher. So intuition of truth, to feel whether it is true or false. And then finally, there is intuition of love. The intuition of love means to be able to sense the divine presence in all the things of the world. I was recently with my friend in India. We were meditating. It was a beautiful evening. We were sitting on the banyan tree and did long meditation. And we were with a group, maybe 12 people there. So we did very good meditation, very sweet. And then in the end, I asked him, Dada, you please speak something. So he started to speak. And he has that kind of developed intuitional mind. So every sentence he would speak is just coming out of the heart. It's just hits the target. Every word just goes into the right place. I was really enjoying listening to him. That's the ability to listen to your heart. to recognize that within you there is a higher wisdom, and then trust that higher wisdom, express that higher wisdom. So one phrase that he said really touched me very much, because I also feel like this. He said, my whole life I'm doing meditation, I'm doing sadhana, I'm practicing discipline, I'm trying to live, I'm trying to dedicate my life to the welfare of all beings in this world. And as a result, I see God everywhere. Such a beautiful words. He said, as a result, I see God everywhere. So in yoga, mostly we speak of consciousness, supreme consciousness. But in common parlance, you can say God, the higher power, the higher presence. So he said, as a result, I see God everywhere. And it is true. You can see divine in art, in music, in songs, in the grass, in the beauty of the nature, in human beings everywhere. And then you can just feel that divine, that sweet flow and divine presence. And that ability I called intuition of love. So how to develop all those three abilities? The first ability you can develop by practicing pratyahara yoga. The ability for innovation, to come out of the box of the mind. We are sitting like in a room in our personality, and that personality filters everything. Yes, no, this I allow, this I don't allow. So only very specific, very particular things are allowed to enter into your mind. Most of the good things, the greatest things, you are actually filtering out. You are not allowing them to come inside of you. That's how the mind works. So, what to do? To allow the good things to come inside of you, you have to dismantle the mind. And that is done by the practice of pratyahara yoga. You withdraw the mind from the external environment. You withdraw the mind from the body. You withdraw the mind from the thinking process. And then you concentrate the mind in the pinnacle state on the higher idea that is called pratyahara yoga. The best way to learn pratyahara yoga is to learn a personal lesson of meditation, where this pratyahara yoga is imparted with the great clarity. Before you can learn personal lesson of meditation, you are required to practice 100 hours with basic meditation. Bhavanam Kevalam. You can find on our channel, you can find in our website. Many times I referred to it. So, withdrawal of the mind. Withdraw the mind from its limitations. Let the mind be free. Bring the mind into the state of freedom. And then, little by little, you will remove the borders of the mind. And all the filters that not allow the good things to come in, they will be removed. And you will just be so surprised. I read all those books. I saw all those videos, but I could not see, I could not hear. And now I can hear, I can see. And whatever I hear and see changes my life. Everything is changed. This is such a beautiful. And then also, apart from that, you start to hear and see the things you couldn't see and hear before, and that other people are not able to see, because they're filtering everything out. Now you can see something that was not there for you before. Apart from that, you can also come with original ideas, with original metaphors. You will also be able to appreciate metaphors, to appreciate the poetry, to appreciate the aesthetics, because you can see much more. So that's intuition of creativity. And then there is yes and no intuition, false or truth. For that, you have to bring the mind to extreme focus. You have to make your mind pointed. Agriya buddhi. This is the terminology of yoga. You have to make the mind extremely pointed, just like a laser. And that pointed mind cuts through illusion. And then it just knows intuitively, it's not intellectual, just knows intuitively, yes or no, true or false, correct, incorrect, right or wrong. So the trick, the way to activate intuition of truth is by extreme concentration. Extreme concentration. The mind is extremely indisciplined. So it wants to do 1,000,000 things at a time. It doesn't want to just do dharana. You know dharana? Dharana means concentration. And dhar means to hold. To hold one idea and to go into that idea. But mind doesn't want to do that. So you develop that quality. You develop that ability. In our basic course of meditation, I explain about like a chamomile of concentration. The mind goes away, you bring it back. The mind goes away, you bring it back. And then at some point of time, you will be able to focus your mind. That itself is the great joy. Because when you focus your mind, you feel you're so powerful. You feel the energy is flowing through you. You don't feel boring. Nothing is boring. Everything is wonderful. That's the ability of the mind. So train the ability to focus. Again, the best way to train it is to do meditation every day, twice a day. It takes time, but then the reward is great, because you can buy things in the world. You can buy a car, you can buy a beautiful house, but can you buy a concentration? You cannot buy. Even you are richest man in the world, you are still unable to focus your mind. And with unfocused mind, you are unable to experience the beauty of life, beauty of reality. So you have to train it. You have to train it. Whatever you are, whatever your condition is, without focused mind, you cannot say that you have truly lived on this earth. You have been sleeping, slumbering. And then there is a final intuition, intuition of love. That is developed by dhyana. Dhyana means grasping of the idea. It means, dhyana means meditation. So what is meditation? Meditation is when you focus on the idea of supreme consciousness, and then you are able, this comes due to, first you have to develop very, very high degree of concentration. And with that concentration, with a very focused willpower, you will be able to feel that there is a divine presence. And that divine presence is not simply present, but it is also aware of you. So there is a connection between your soul and the cosmic consciousness. And every time you focus, you penetrate through the darkness of illusion. You penetrate through that distractions. You penetrate to unfocused mind, and you're able to feel the beautiful presence. And that first you feel it in meditation, but then you can feel it in flowers, in trees, in arts, in poetry, in human beings. and you will be able to fall in love with that beauty of life. You will be able to fall in love with love. So that is the 3 kinds of intuition. I just want to make you curious about it. And I hope you will practice meditation. Don't delay, don't postpone. Start now, start today. And you develop those abilities which are within you, inside you. They don't cost money, but they cost lots of labor. They cost lots of sweet and beautiful effort, because the effort itself is very satisfying when you start doing meditation. You cannot buy it for money. No money on this earth. If you have all the money on this planet, you're still unable to experience that, what yogi is able to experience. So you cannot buy that ability. You can only develop that ability as your very own. It doesn't cost anything, it costs only your effort. Twice a day, morning and evening, you try to sit for 20 minutes, cultivating your mind, cultivating your intuition. That's why it is called intuitional practice, the practice of sadhana, the effort to complete yourself. Thank you very much. I will ask my team also to put the links under this video for the useful video from the basic course. So I hope you can start meditating, and I hope one day you can say also, I did this and that. As a result, I see God everywhere. As a result, I see consciousness everywhere. I want to hear from you this kind of words very much. Dear friends, because of your donations and contributions and support, our project can grow. I am able to record the useful videos about spirituality, meditation, inspiration, etc. Those who want to support us, you can find the link in the description of this video. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.